I'm Joey Hollywood, and today I'm reviewing Jack Brooks' Monster Slayer. Now this is a movie that I personally just really like. It doesn't have the highest approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes, but to be honest, I really don't trust Rotten Tomatoes with ratings. I mean, good golly. Before anyone ever even saw Evil Dead, it was 100%. 100%? Or let's talk about Hunger Games when it had 100%, and it wasn't even out yet. Well, let's talk about the new Twilight movie. It had 100% before it was even out. I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes, to be honest. I can see why people would not like this movie. It is very slow in pace, but honestly, I believe that is actually a benefit to this movie. I love slow-paced horror movies. It's another reason why I actually enjoyed the original Evil Dead. It was very slow in pace, and this movie is very comparable to the second Evil Dead movie. It has a rising hero that comes out at the end and overcomes his own personal demons or his own cowardness in Evil Dead's case, and becomes this horror hero. And there's great performances from everyone in this movie. I don't think there's actually a single character that I think is bad. I mean, the girlfriend character is a bad actress, but I think it adds to the overall scene of just her being flat out annoying. So I don't really mind that so much because she's supposed to piss you off, and her bad acting pisses you off even more. Robert Englund plays a somewhat large role in this movie. He eventually becomes the villain at the end of the movie, and his performance, his almost satire vaudeville kind of acting just really adds to the film. Robert Englund's performance in this is probably one of the things that really stand out in this movie. He's very funny in this movie. Some things that are just like kind of really dark and just gross and creepy are made funny through his performance. Now that doesn't say it doesn't lose its creepiness to it. It's still creepy, but it kind of makes you have like a little sick chuckle to yourself. And I enjoy that. The Jack Brooks character, he feels somewhat real in that kind of, you know, you're watching this and you believe, oh, I believe this character is like this. The psychiatrist character, which is kind of more bookends, like he just goes there and he voices how he feels to him, and that part feels like it's a little forced. It just doesn't fit with the movie, and that's just like a personal complaint. There may be some people that disagree with me, but I really enjoyed this movie, and I feel that if you're into horror, you would like it too. Its use of practical effects. I mean, I can tell you there's one CGI element in this movie. Just one CGI element in the entire film. There's a little bit of smoke that was added when they opened up a crate. That's the only element. Take that, Evil Dead remake. I really do enjoy this movie. I'm not going to say it's the greatest horror film of all time. It's by no means the greatest horror comedy ever made. But it is definitely very enjoyable for me. And if you're into classic 80s horror, this movie is just represents that era very, very well. And I would recommend it to any horror buff. You may like it, you may hate it, who knows. But I want to reiterate the fact that it is very slow. And I personally think that adds to the movie, but other people, lots of other people, believe that it is a hindrance to the film. So if you think that, you know, that's fine, I personally would go as far as to say I liked almost everything about it. To me, it is a very enjoyable film to watch. I love the practical effects. I love the way the monsters look. And I'm eagerly awaiting the sequel. They've been planning the sequel for a while, and the synopsis they gave for the sequel didn't really like, because this movie was about how he became the Monster Slayer, and the rumored plot for the next one is how he's thinking about retiring. And I think that's quite a big leap. I think they should have one movie where it's just Jack Brooks kicking ass, and then have the third movie about him thinking about retiring. I think that would be the way to go. But you know what? I'm just me, and I have nothing to do with that movie, so that it's probably just going to be whatever the filmmakers want, and that's really, what more could you ask for? The filmmaker wants to do this, he should go out and make it. I really do enjoy this director. I wish to see more. He made another movie called The Shrine. I saw it, it was okay. It reminded me of Hammer horror movies from like the 60s and 70s. And I did like it, but it really did not match the awesomeness of Jack Brooks. So if you haven't seen Jack Brooks and you're a horror fan, I suggest you go check it out. It is pretty cool. Well, that's my review of Jack Brooks' Monster Slayer. I hope you liked it. I hope you found it enlightening. Say, do you like movies? Do you like movie reviews? Well, check out this website. It's called WeLiveFilm.com. There are reviews from people like me and many others. I suggest you check it out. Please rate, comment, subscribe, share. I'll see you in my next review. Here are the Bruce Campbell facts and quotes of the day. Bye! So what's your favorite horror comedy? I mean, I'm not saying that this is my favorite horror comedy, but like, what is your favorite horror comedy? Because I know there's a lot of them. You see that? You hear that dog? Okay, I've had to stop this review so many times because of that stupid dog. Like, I'll just be like, oh, and then the plot does this, and then I'm like, shut up. So, yeah. What's your favorite horror comedy? I'm gonna go kill this dog.